I'm preparing today a dish called Timballo, an Italian dinner, which is usually either with vegetables, meat, or seafood, incorporated with a grain of some kind, and layered, and then reversed on a plate, and then seasoned with sauces. So what I'm doing today is I'm gonna do a vegetarian one, which is a wild mushroom, portobello mushroom, Timballo. Then I'll make the seafood one, which is I'm doing a scallop version of it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the wild mushroom, portobello mushroom Timballo. So what I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and 1 tablespoon of butter. And there we go. And then I'm gonna add a tablespoon of shallots to the pot. Quarter of a teaspoon, no more, of fresh thyme for flavoring. And then in another saucepan, I'm gonna start on the seafood. So this way we could have them going together instead of waiting for something to another one to happen another way. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do a 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the saucepan. This one here, I'm not gonna add butter to it. What I'm gonna do is like half a teaspoon or so of garlic, fresh garlic. And I have fresh sea scallops. What I'm using is dried sea scallop. They call them the diver sea scallops, or you tan dry seas in a lot of places. So what I'm doing here is for two, I'm going to use 3 scallops, quartered. Here we have the garlic almost turned into golden color. I'm going to add to it the scallops. To the scallops, I'd like to add some rosemary, just like a quarter of a teaspoon or so. Fresh rosemary. Fresh is better always for food because of the oil and the flavor into it. This will take probably no more than 2 minutes. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add them almost like a cup and a half or so of portobello mushroom and mix it up together and let it cook for almost 2 to 3 minutes. And then what I'm gonna do to add to this, I would like to add leeks, 2 tablespoons of leeks, fresh leeks. To the scallop, I would like to add a teaspoon of capers, teaspoon of fresh ginger, let it cook a little bit for like another 20-30 seconds or so before I add the wine. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to season both of them with salt and pepper. Alright, and there's the salt. And I like to use kosher salt. The reason why it's never strong. I mean, you really don't overkill it unless you add too much of it into the sauce. And it's lighter than the usual. To the scallops, I would like to add a teaspoon of sun-dried tomatoes. The reason why for sun-dried tomatoes, they don't have water. They have flavor, they're not watery again. So when we make the polenta, they do not bleed into the dish itself and become wet and runny because we already have enough. We're gonna have enough liquid. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open the wine very soon. And we're using a Sauvignon Blanc here. I think it's an Australian, New Zealand. Yeah. Ready. What I'm gonna do, we're gonna add a quarter of a cup of white wine to it. Okay, and just let it slide, cook a little bit for not even half a minute. This is almost ready. Let's try it. Yum. And I'm gonna add the same idea, quarter of a cup of white wine to the portobello mushroom. And I'm going to add to it some sun-dried tomatoes. I think the scallops are ready and mushrooms are almost there. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to strain all the fish out of, just serve the liquid separately, because I would like to make the polenta only with the liquid. So what I'm going to do, just pour them in the strainer. Okay. And we put the sauce back in the pan. And I'm going to add to this 1 cup and quarter of fresh water, or stock of your choice, whatever, like half, 2, and that's 3 halves, it's a cup and a half. What I'm going to add to it, I'm going to add 1 quarter of a lemon for flavoring. So that way we have lemon, white wine, and the reduction of the sauce of the scallops, the ginger, the capers, the garlic, and the rosemary. Okay, that's here. Same thing with the mushrooms. This one, the mushrooms are ready. Okay, I'm gonna strain the mushrooms. Okay, so now we have around 1 cup and quarter of liquid in the scallop side. This one here, I'm gonna add 1.5 cup of liquid to it. Before I add the water to it, I would like to add some truffle oil. It's like half a teaspoon of truffle oil. Okay. It smells so good. Okay, so let's go into the liquid part. So 1.5 cup, because the mushroom does not generate a lot of liquid as much as scallops. Okay, a little more seasoning, more salt on both, a little pepper. Okay, while this is going, I'm gonna roast some endive. I brought some endive, which is I'm gonna roast it with olive oil in the oven until golden color, crispy. I'm gonna arrange it underneath the seafood timballo. So I have a saute pan in here, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and then just mix them all up. And the oven is already hot. I have the oven warmed up to 425 degrees. It might take 4 minutes or so for the endive, Belgian endive, to get roasted and crisp. I'm gonna put it right away, all the way on the bottom. The reason why is that way I'll make sure it's nice and crispy and golden. All right, a little bit more of salt, because we're gonna add the cornmeal to it. I have a recipe, a polenta recipe in Sheila Lucan's book, All Around the World. And I happen to know her very well, and she included 4 or 5 of my recipes in her books. So whoever likes to follow the idea of making polenta, the recipe is in the book, and it's, I think, page 272. So now the sauce is coming along here, the water liquid. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to whisk 1/4 cup of cornmeal only, no more. And I'm using fine cornmeal with it. So just whisk it in as we go.